food that's good for her. Yes.
They welcome me, and they did try to give me care. They support me with food. They also help me with money just to go and get some treatment. It was a surprise because it didn't happen before, but I must say it was the first time to happen to me. So I just tell myself that maybe they've been touched by God to give me the support.
The company is always giving us its own time. Even if we are attending some workshops, we are fully paid and we're not at work. And we used working hours to visit people, and we use the company car, which maybe the company car is doing sometimes some duties of the company. In that way, we see that he supports us a lot.
What that achieves is that the other workers who are still afraid of declaring their status, when they see an employer advancing assistance, then they are likely to then declare their status, because declaring status in that kind of environment does not lead you to dismissal, but it leads to attracting a lot of attention and care and treatment. Basically, the employer also benefits in terms of PR and also in terms of good, harmonious relations with the workers, because then the workers see themselves as being within a family, as opposed to an us and them, a master and servant relationship at the shop floor.
In all countries in which the SHARE program is being implemented, the commitment of employers and workers forms an essential and solid foundation on which the ILO builds to develop prevention activities in the workplace. It uses a step-by-step methodology and participatory approach called behavior change communication.
First, we had a quantitative study which identified some of the behaviors within the company, and then more in-depth interviews and qualitative component that looked at what behind these behaviors. So we were able to identify some of the key behaviors, such as low condom use, multiple partners, some limited knowledge on HIV, common myths, etc. on HIV. And so what we did was we held workshops with participants from these companies. Each company was presented with the profile and the findings of the key behaviors in their enterprise. And they were able to identify, based on those behaviors, what were some of the key messages that they felt needed to be developed and presented, and what ways could they present these messages.
It is about understanding current behavior and the reasons underlying it before working together to bring about change. On the basis of the information collected, the second stage can be started. Workers and managers work together to develop clear and effective messages related to their particular situation and needs. They create their own customized communications materials, taking into account gender issues and with which they can identify.
We really were key on trying to ensure ownership in the entire process, that this is my idea, this is what we want, and this is what will work for us. Well, I would say 90% of the materials that were developed, it featured people in the workplace. So the employees, for example, we had a booklet and we needed to go in to do pictures and do a picture story, and the employees volunteered to play the roles, to be cast, to take pictures. In the posters, it was the same thing, that the very employees decided, we want to be featured in this.
Ini di anduk juga tertera masalah ini apa? Anduk pakai anduk ini tidak menularkan HIV. Ya, jadi dibuat sesama teman itu tidak apa-apa. Ini sebagai promosi utama Desipindo. Jadi betul-betul kalau semua karyawan ini memakai anduk ini tidak bahaya pada HIV.
Begini, pengetahuan kita masalah HIV itu masih membingungkan, sehingga untuk pemakaian handuk kita itu secara pengetahuan kita bahwa keringat itu tidak menularkan HIV, sehingga maka Sepindo mempergunakan handuk itu sebagai promosi, sehingga kita aman dari penyakit HIV meskipun berdekatan atau berhubungan dengan pekerja yang terkena HIV.
PT Spindo is a major producer of steel pipes in Surabaya, Indonesia, and a good example of how important it is to involve the workers in the choice and the way the message is transmitted. This is one of the central elements of the SHARE program, and in fact, it is what distinguishes it from conventional HIV prevention policies, irrespective of country or the sector selected.
Good part of the behavior change program is the peer education that happened within the workplace, where the employees themselves worked with disseminating this information and using this information as part of their education to co-workers.